Skippyjon Jones and the Big Bones by Judy Schachner. Skippyjon Jones was crazy about digging in Mrs. Dolly Doohiggy's garden. Because that's where Miss Dolly Doohiggy's dog, Darwin, buried all over of his bones, and nobody messed with Darwin. 2 years away, Mama Jumbuck Jones was hanging wash when her kitty boy blew through her sheets like a muddy wind. "Hey, Pickle Pants," hollered Mama, "don't run with your mouth full." But Pickle Pants had only one thing on his mind. "Dinosaurs. I'm going to be a famous paragologist," whispered Skippyjon Jones, arriving to his room. At his room, then he plumped a pickle in his pus. He slapped some glue all over his new-found bone and stuck it onto his model. "And you are my Skippylosaurus," he added out loud. "Skippylosaurus," declared Mama Jumbuck Jones, coming into the room. Those bones belong to Darwin, and you'd better take them back, for your prehistoric fossil is that snoozing doggie's snack. And do it now," ordered Mama, "before he wakes up." But the kitty boy had no intention to returning Darwin's bones before he bounced on his big boy bed. First he pounced and wiggled, then he bounced and giggled. All the way up to the ceiling he chanted, "Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones, and I bounce on my bed, 'cause I love to eat pickles that tickle my head." Then he flung himself over to the mirror for a head check. "Hey, hairballs!" exclaimed Skippyjon Jones, putting on his tape measure. "That's one huge chowzia." Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he added, "My ears are too big for my head, and my head won't fit into my bed. I know I'm not a Siamese cat. I am a Chihuahua, and bigger than you can say Chucky Chihuahua and cream." The kitty boy picked up his cape and pulled on his mask. Then he began to sing in a moist, soft voice. "Oh, I'm Mania Skippydo's Fergus Tito, and I hint for a dinosaur Tito, with the guttural ears that been blunt for years, under layers of sanity dough." At the same time, the kitty boy's sisters, Jujubee, Jezreel, and Julie Bo Jones, were in Mrs. Doohiggy's yard, watching Darwin sleep. "This is fun," said Jezebel. "Lots of fun," agreed Julie Boo. "The monster fun," added Jujubee. But Skippyjon wasn't thinking Darwin. He was thinking dinosaurs, and he knew where to find them, deep within his closet. "Whoa," said Skippyjo, "it's a jungle in here." But as soon as he stepped over the threshold, his sniffery toe picked up the scent of his old amigos, Los Chimichangos. "Stinky toes," called out Skippyjon Jones. "I smell you, but I don't see you." "It is El Skippyto, Fresquito, the great sword fighter. "Up here, Skippyto," honored the Chihuahuas. "We are toasting Los Margaritos Prehistorios, not the prehistoric marsh swallows," exclaimed Skippyto. "See, dude," replied the doggies, "but they are as hard as rocas." "That's because they are fuzzy toes," said Skippyto. "Fuzzy toes, Skippy toes," declared Parito Tito, the smallest of the small ones. "We want to see lost dinosaurs with our own ojos," he said, pointing to his eyes. "Por qué?" asked Skippyto. "Because Bobbicio," said Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. "We hear that they are really, really big, dude." This news made the Chihuahuas go insane around the rim of a volcano singing. "Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling-dee-to, you are such a silly Skippyto. You know what dogs think. If it's good, it must stink. Plus, it's great for old Severito." But right in the middle of their romp, Mont Itchery Gunchery Gumba blew his top. tossing the doggies right on their rumpy toes. But a bump on the rump would become the latest of their worries. Because, boom, 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 the earth began to tremble and shake. Ferdito, shouted Pepito Tito, panic-stricken. It's not an earthquake, Tito. Ito, said Skippyto, peeking through the bushes. It's a tea-mixito. And he wasn't the only dinosaur. There were big ones and small ones, feathered and bald ones. Some were spiky and frilled with a look that could kill. And they were all doing the very same thing. They were dancing. Adraba, it's a rumba, cheered the chimichangos, and before Skippyto could warm then, the Rositos had schemed and shook their way into the dance line. This is loco, wailed Skippyto. You will be crushed like criseritos beneath the dinos tritos. But the pitos did not hear. They were too busy singing. Ichi gichi gamba, dinos do the rumba, with jumbo jaws and giant claws, with horns and beaks and scary peaks. Ichi gichi gamba, chirichangos do with the great big hearts, and tiny parts with knobby knees, and lots of fleas, ichi gichi gamba. But something had to be done to save them, and quicker than you can say. Parichuelos! Skippyto let out a big Jurassic Go bark. Ruff! Holy hodiotis! Roared the tea-mixito. I smell the pickle breath of a Skippyrodosito. I am not a Skippyrosaurus, declared Skippyto, whipping off his mask. I am a chihuahua. I'm a chihuahua. Not the pillow-fighting, ankle-beating, pickle-dripping, dino-tripping. Chihuahua, they called El Skippyto Fresquito, the great sword-fighter, shrieked the tea-mixito. Oh, see, that is me, said Skippyto with a bow. Then quicker than you can say, Don Diego's dominoes every dinosaurito, stopped, dropped, and rolled far away. Where's the frito dudes? Asked Polio Tito. There's no fire, said Skippyto. They're just going exitito. Muy video, Skippyto. We love the shrinkito, agreed the chihuahuas, and they tossed him into the air. Inchy gitchy gittery-do, we learned something new from Skippyto. He agreed them to death with the old pickle breath, and there's how we get frisitos. Then all of a sudden, boom, 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 the earth began to tremble and shake. Every head popped up and sniffed. Danceritos, whispered the peritos. No, said Skippyto. They are exinito. Si, said the chihuahuas. Es muy skidito. But it wasn't the dinosauritos that smiled. It was Darwin, and he was knocking on Skippy's closet door. Then quick, the door opened and out rumbled and the kitty boy on an avalanche of old dog bones. The next thing he knew, the kitty boy was walking on his couch, up on the couch. What happened? Said Skippyjon. Don't you remember Sugar Beet? Asked Mama Junebug Jones. You decided to return Darwin's dog bones. All of them? Asked Skippy. That's right, Dublin, said Mama proudly. That very same night, the kitty boy found Mr. Perfect still sitting in a corner, all covered in bones. My Skippyrosaurus, he whispered. Then he dragged the cat over in his big boy bed for a good night bounce. Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones, and I'm not a dog fighter, but I still have some bones, one of a decider. Then he decided to go to sleep.